Have you ever had that moment when you've driven all the way home from work, pulled into the driveway, and realized that you don't actually remember the drive? Your body was operating the vehicle, yes, but your mind was in a completely different time zone. A lot of us do the same thing with our families and our kids. I call it autopilot parenting. We're fixing the snacks, we're signing the permission slips, we're nodding at all the right times, but emotionally, our Wi-Fi is disconnected. If you're nodding along right now, I want you to take a deep breath. You are not a bad parent. You're just a busy human in a world that demands 100% of your attention 100% of the time. Today, I want to talk about how to flip the switch from autopilot back to manual without adding a single minute to your schedule. We've been sold this idea that connection only happens in the big moments: the Disney trip, the 3-course Sunday dinner, the long heart-to-heart by the fireplace. But let's be real, if we waited for those moments to feel present, we're going to be present about 1.4% of the year. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest study on happiness ever conducted, found that it's the frequency and quality of our everyday connections that determines our long-term health and joy. It's not about the big moments. It's about the 30-second hugs and the intentional texts. We need to stop looking for the grand gesture and start looking for the micro moment. One of the most effective ways to do this is to master your transitions. Think about the thresholds in your day. Walking through the front door after work, your child coming home from school, or even just moving from your home office to the kitchen. For me, instead of carrying marketing Lorel or deadline Lorel into the kitchen, I have to do a 90-second reset. Try it today. Before you cross that threshold, pause. Take a deep breath. Consciously tell yourself, I am leaving the tasks behind the door. I am entering the space of the people I love. It's not about doing more. It's about an emotional change inside of you before you walk in. When you greet your family, don't start with, did you do your homework yet? Or what's for dinner? Start with a high visibility greeting. Look them in the eye for 3 seconds. It tells their nervous system, I see you, and I'm glad you're here. Now let's talk about the drudgery. The dishes, the laundry, the emails. We often view these as barriers to connection. We think, I'll be fully present as soon as I finish this, whatever I'm doing. But let's be honest, that is like saying, I'll be present when the world stops turning. The world never stops turning. The secret is narrating the mundane. So, for example, if you're chopping vegetables for dinner and your teenager is hovering in the kitchen, don't just stay in your head. Share a tiny piece of your internal world. Say, I had a really tough meeting today, and honestly, I am just enjoying the sound of this knife on the cutting board right now. You're inviting them into your being while you're still doing. You're showing them that you're a person, not just a parent bot who provides snacks and rides. This builds emotional intimacy in the gaps of your day. From a faith perspective, I think about this as the liturgy of the ordinary. Every small act can be a prayer. When we stay present in a boring or a stressful moment, we're actually mirroring the way God stays present to us. God doesn't wait for us to be unbusy to love us. He meets us in the middle of the mess. When we choose to drop the autopilot and really be with our child, even if for 2 minutes while we're looking for a lost shoe, we're practicing a form of relational architecture. We're building a home where people feel seen, not just managed. Now, my mantra for last year and this year is progress, not perfection. I cannot be present 100% of the time, and you can't be either. It's impossible. But can we both be present 5% more than we were yesterday? This week, try the threshold technique. Just 90 seconds of intentionality before you walk into the room. You might be surprised how much that one small shift inside of you changes the temperature of your home. And if this resonated with you, I've written a deeper dive over on my blog about how to move beyond the to-do list. The link is in the description. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really helps me keep this connection experiment going. I'll see you in the next video.